Okay, so this video is going to be going over the basics of GarageBand. And so I've opened up GarageBand and we're going to create a new music project. It's going to ask us to save it, so I've already made a folder on my desktop called Audio, and I'm going to save it in that folder. This is the basic GarageBand screen. So the first thing I do is I close this grand piano because we're not going to be making any music, and I delete this grand piano track. And then I like to make two new basic tracks. That's going into track and down to new basic track. Now I have two tracks because one track is going to be for your ambient sound, like your crowd noise, and the second track is going to be for your interviews. So now we're ready to import audio, and it's actually a pretty easy process. You just go to your Finder or your desktop and you find your folder with your audio in it. In this case I already have it open here. It's from the that Haiti benefit concert. And as you can see, the audio comes in and it's not named, so if you need to listen to it to see which one you want to import, but you don't want to open up iTunes or anything, you can press spacebar. Spacebar will preview your audio clip. Just briefly, tell us a little bit about what... So this is the interview I did with the youth pastor at
3 weeks ago, I got called by
Cornerstone Church, I believe it's called. Spacebar will also preview videos, and it'll preview pictures, it'll preview PDF documents, it will preview text files, Microsoft Word files, everything like that. So if you want to preview a file and you don't want to launch an application and wait for it to load, press spacebar. Okay, so I want to import this interview. I'm going to click and drag it over into GarageBand. And I can, if I let go here, it'll go into the bottom track. If I let go up here, it'll go into the top track. I'll put it, in this case, into the top track. It doesn't really matter. So I let go, and it converts and it imports it in. Pretty simple, actually. Okay, let's import the other one in, and I'm just alt-tabbing between applications, or pardon me, I'm command-tabbing, yeah. So I'm gonna bring in some music now, and just which music I don't know.
And all of us would see.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Okay, we're going to also drag this in and into the bottom track. Okay, before we get into editing any audio, let's just go over a few of the buttons and the functions in GarageBand. So as you can see where my cursor is right now, there's some levels going back and forth every time I talk, and it's because this record button is on, meaning if I were to record anything right now, it would go into this track. So I'm going to turn that off, and now you don't see those levels anymore. On each track there are these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons, and okay, the first button we just went over, it will enable or disable recording for the track. This will mute or unmute the track, so if you don't want to hear it, you can click it. The headphones you click if you want to isolate a track. So in this case we only have 2 tracks, but if we had 5 tracks and I click this button, it would mute every track but the one that I clicked the headphones for. This is a locking thing, so you can't edit it or anything like that. And this downward facing triangle is to bring up the volume, which is important when you want to lower volumes in the ambient so you can hear the interview. Another thing you can do is double click a track and it brings it up in the track editor. This is the track editor. It's kind of a detailed view of this track, and it lets you select things and delete things and move things around and do all the editing that you're going to be doing. You can play your track with the space bar and stop it with the space bar. Or you can drag, this is the playhead, you can drag the playhead around both in the track editor, and you can drag it around up in here. Also important, this bottom left corner, both the track editor and this other editor have it. It's a magnification. So if you really want to get a detailed view of something, you can zoom in. And that's if you have a sound clip where you as the reporter finish talking or start talking right when your interviewee finishes talking, and it's difficult to find that precise moment to get the cut, so you zoom in and it gives you a little bit more of a detailed view to finesse your cut. Okay, and that is GarageBand so far. In the next video we're going to be going over basic audio editing.